What's going on, guys? Gomes here back again on another MLB The Show 18 Diamond Dynasty video, and I just want to throw a quick disclaimer out. Please, for those of you with differing opinions, and that is okay if you guys do have a differing opinion than me on this subject, please don't just go down and hit the dislike button. That does nothing for me, it does nothing for you. I want this video to kind of start a conversation and we can talk about it and discuss the things that I talk about in this video. Don't just do that. That's not gonna help anything. I want to have a conversation and talk to you guys about this because of course there's always two sides to a story, and this one there's probably even more than that, but I just want to touch on that and I want to actually have a conversation. So if you guys could do that, I really would appreciate it. And if you guys differ from opinion or agree with me, let me know down below in the comments. I really want this to start a conversation. It has been on Twitter and I want to do it here as well. And yeah, you guys can see from the title of this video, I don't like the Immortal programs, I kind of thought this from the jump, like when they were announced, but not really. It wasn't really until the career arcs were announced that it really started to strike me that I was like, wow, I really don't like this system, and I'll tell you why I don't. And no, it is not necessarily that, oh, this is too much grinding, or this is too much this, or this is too much of that. It's not really one specific thing. It's a culmination of many things that kind of bring it upon. And let me just start by saying, yeah, it is a grind, and I expected that. And I'm not trying to say like, oh, what, should you just have the best cards in the game with no grind? I'm not saying that. Please, every time people try to talk about this, and people from the other end of the spectrum, they just try to twist people's words and act like, oh yeah, what, so you think there should be no grinding? Or even souvenirs. Personally, I don't think it's terrible, especially for the career arcs. The souvenirs are not bad at all for the career arcs. For the Immortals, they are quite a bit because it's only hats and jerseys, but I still expected some of that. I'm not saying like, oh, you should have to put 0 stubs into it. I'm not saying that. So I wanted to get that point across, but really, it's a huge grind, and you guys have to understand, from my spectrum and a bunch of other people's spectrum, this isn't necessarily the case for all of them, but it is for me and a lot of other people. I am busy. You guys know I make videos every single day. I'm currently starting to try to start a second channel, which that will be down below in the description in the top right hand corner. It's not necessarily going to have anything to do with MLB The Show, but it will have stuff to do with MLB and other sports. So if you guys want to check that out, I'm really excited to make videos there, but that will not take away from this channel though. Absolutely not. Still expect daily uploads from me on here, but I will start doing work on there as well. But so I'm going to be doing those two. I play basketball every single day, right? Then I also have other stuff to do where it's just like talking with friends, or, you know, doing stuff around the house, or preparing for leaving high school, which I'm doing soon. And a bunch of people, they have the same stuff going on, but in different variations, where I just I don't frankly have the time to do it, for one. And the time that I spend MLB, I spend playing online, you know, probably not Battle Royale, I don't really like BR, but I've been playing the events, ranked seasons, and also working the market. You guys can see right here, I'm doing it right now. I have 513 completed order pages on the market right now. I do that a lot, and then I play online. The time that I spend playing MLB, I spend doing those. And you guys know, I don't even like the gameplay that much on this game, but I still play it because it is fun. You know, I think we all can agree with a game, or any game pretty much, but especially MLB The Show. Even if you like the gameplay, there's times where it just frustrates you and you're like, ugh, and you just get frustrated, but that's fine. You know, that's with every game. Personally, like I said, I don't love the gameplay this year, but I still play it because it is fun. Most of the time, just some of the time there is some, you know, SDSBS that goes on, but I play online, or I work the market. That's really what I do on MLB The Show, and that reflects into my videos. I don't do like grind streams, or I don't like make videos of grinding. I haven't seen anybody make a video of grinding anything, but you guys get the point. That's how I spend my time on MLB The Show, because that's what I think is fun. Personally, you know, everybody that grinds Immortals and does this, how do they do it? Play versus computer on rookie against like the Marlins or a team like that. I always would use the Marlins just because they're ass, you know, but I don't like it. It's so boring. It's so mind-numbingly, I just can't do it. Props to everybody. Like, I have seen an all Immortal team on Twitter now. I believe it was Hoshugs. He's actually a Madden guy, and he has a full Immortal team. This whole thing is filled out with Immortal cards. None of them are Vlad. I think he only has one pitcher, but every card on this screen is a Immortal card. And props to you, man. Props to everybody that has been getting Immortals. Props to you guys. You know, I personally cannot stand playing the computer, especially on Rookie, for many reasons. One, it's mind-numbingly boring, and two, I honestly feel last year I did not grind that much, like, versus a computer, because it was a different game. A lot of stuff you had to grind online, which you can't really do in this game. You could, but come on, like, to anybody saying, oh, you can just grind online, stop. It's not like that. So you're gonna tell me I should just hop online with commons, bronzes, and silvers when I'm in like the 700s, 800s of ranked seasons? Is that what you guys are telling me I should do? Just run out with some silver and bronze silver and bronze left fielders? No, stop it. You can't do that. But unless if you want it to take forever. But last year it was different, and some things you had to play online for, and this year it just really isn't the case. And I honestly feel as a player I have regressed this year, which is weird, but I think the main problem of that happening is just because playing versus a computer on Rookie, you have an inflated PCI. It's so big, even with like those silvers, to where you don't even have to like square up the ball. And come on, when you're playing the computer, you're really not usually that focused, are you? You're usually doing something else. I'm usually watching YouTube, listening to music, or doing something like that while I'm playing versus a computer. So you're not focused, and you get used to being like, oh, I still hit it pretty good. And you kind of just get into bad habits to where your PCI skills are just a lot worse. And I think that's been the problem with me. I'm pitching just as well as I was last year. I don't know if that's right. A 2.8 ERA and a 0.84 whip, that's probably good. But a 257 average, that's terrible for me. That's terrible. And I have a pretty good team. You know, I build up some guys like Nelson Cruz, Larry Doby, and yeah, you guys can see I have grinded. I have done some stuff. I've grinded. I have just need to do the exchanges, of course. I have his diamond card, and then I have Lee Smith. So I have pretty much all the first career arcs done. It's just the main problem for me with this game. It's where I finally will get a career arc done. Let's say I got Handy Ramirez done. I think this is the first one I got done. I get him done, and it's like, wow, that's great, man. I finished him. And then you have all of this, so you have to grind all of that too. And then if you want Cal Ripken, you're gonna have to do this, and then that, and then this, and then that, and then this, and this, and this, and this. And you guys get the point. To where it feels like you're grinding, you get a card, and you don't even use them. That was like the thing I noticed with me. Like, I would get this card, I don't think I've used him online yet. No, this is all versus a computer. There's no way I'm hitting 364 with him. There's no way I did that, and it's to the point where you finally grind to get a card, and then it's like, oh, well, I have this to grind for, and now I have to do this and that. So you don't actually use the card you grinded for because you have to do all of this. And that's not fun. To me, the whole idea of an Ultimate Team style game mode, think Mutt, Hut, Fut, Lut, Madden Ultimate Team, 2K, My Team, Diamond Dynasty, any of them, they're to collect cards and play online. At least that's what I always found fun of it. Some people I know like to go just play the computer. They'd rather do that, whether it's because of gameplay they don't like, or they just don't like playing versus another human, because there's some people that do some weird stuff, you know. I wouldn't say there's a bunch of glitches, but there's definitely some ways you can grief your opponents and kind of make them upset, make them angry. And I get why you wouldn't want to play DD like online, but personally, that's where I find the fun. I don't find fun playing versus computer. So it's just like, I don't want to sit here and grind my ass off when I don't have that much time to play this game in the first place, and then it's like, okay, well, I have to just grind this now. That's not fun to me. And like, back to the Immortals, man, my biggest concern, I told you somebody's got an all Immortal team, and trust me, believe me, that is not the majority. That's the only all Immortal team I've seen, but that's in a week's time. I've seen many YouTubers, many people on Twitter, people that I talk to, people that I'm friends with that play this game. They already have 1 or 2 Immortals within a week. You know, another week, that's another 1 or 2 Immortals. Another week, another 1 or 2. That same pattern follows until you get into August and September, and you're seeing the same teams. You're seeing Piazza at catcher, Pujols at first, Cal at short, Chipper at third. You're seeing the same teams over and over again. And the biggest problem with that is, what's the point of them coming out with new content then? Because if they come out with a new 93 overall card, why in the hell are you going to want that card? Unless, let's say you're a Phillies fan and they come out with, I don't know what Philly would. Let's just say they came out with like a 93 Ryan Howard or Jimmy Rollins, which won't happen, but let's just say that happened. And other than that, if you're like a fan of that team, why are you going to want them? Because Pujols is 30 times better, 500 times better than Ryan Howard ever was, or that he will be on Diamond Dynasty. So what's the point of that? So I'm just feeling the content, it's just gonna be stale. People aren't really gonna care about it because all they want is the Immortals. From the beginning, I always said, and I talked about this in another video, it's the Lord of the Rings effect. 1 ring to rule them all. On Diamond Dynasty, you have 1 card to rule them all. No card could possibly compete with Ken Griffey Jr. I'm sorry if you think that there could. There's not going to be, I'm talking about like non-immortal cards. Non-immortal cards, there's nothing that could possibly compete with this card. It doesn't get any better than this. So if you want to compete in Diamond Dynasty, if you want to win, you're going to use these Immortal cards, right? Why would you purposely be like, yeah, well, I'm just going to use a 92 even though he's far less worse, or far worse than Ken Griffey Jr. just because screw winning, right? Why would I want to play online to win? That's the point. Like, people are just going to run the same teams to where it's going to get stale. Last year, MLB 17, I know a lot of people had gripes about that game, but at least there was lineup diversity. Every single game, I didn't feel like I was facing the same team. Hell, look at this game. You think you're getting tired of playing Gary Sanchez, Joey Gallo, and Brian Dozier now? Think what it's going to be like when you face Piazza, Griffey, and Babe Ruth every single game. It's not going to be very fun, especially if you don't have Immortals, because you don't have the time or you don't have the desire to go ahead and want to do that. And that's kind of where I fall in. I'm not going to get any Immortals. I'm not going to do any of the new career arcs because I don't have the time nor desire to want to play versus computer and just sit here for hours and hours and hours. That I would rather play online if I was gonna play MLB, to be honest with you. So yeah, I'm gonna get cards off the market. You know, I'm gonna get cards like this. I'm gonna take another look into guys like David Wright because I want to try them out. I want to use a bunch of cards. That's why I collect so many cards. Like this Jason Hayward, I bought him off the market. Am I ever gonna, like, is he better than Nelson Cruz? No, he's not even close, but I want to try him out. And I have like all the flashbacks, like pretty much, that you could buy off the market just because I want to use them. I want to try them out. Like, this card is pretty ass, but there's ways that you could use it, and I'd rather use many cards than just sit here using the same cards the entire year. To me, that isn't fun. To some people it may be, but to me it really isn't. We're already running kind of long in this video, but there's just more stuff that I want to talk about, so I'm gonna keep going. Bear with me. But yeah, the thing with the Immortals, to me, there is a solution. Not this year, of course, because a lot of people, once again, that try to twist people like me and other people on Twitter's words who kind of don't really like the Immortal programs, they say, oh, so yeah, you guys are saying SDS should just be like, yeah, screw you guys, you're just not getting Immortals now. No, that's not what we're saying. The damage is done. What SDS plan to do with their game, it's gonna happen. You can't really change that. You can't just be like, oh yeah, you've grinded many hours and be like, yeah, we're taking that away from you. You can't do that. But to me, two solutions that they could have done to make the Immortals better if they wanted to do this. One is simply at the start of the year, the first time you open up into the game, something pops up and okay, something pops up and you get 4 tokens, 4 immortal tokens. You have all of these immortals, of course, damn Yuzio wasn't there, but you have all of these, and each one you need an immortal token. So you guys get where I'm going. You can only unlock 4 immortal players, and the rest of them you can't get. And these tokens, they can be removed from these sets up until you complete them. So let's say if you're midway through Piazza and you're like, oh, well, I just got this catcher that I really want and I'm going to use him the rest of the year. I actually want Chipper Jones. You can take that out and put him into him, but you can only complete 4 immortals to that point where it's going to be 1, the content can last longer in MLB, 2, there's going to be more lineup diversity, and 3, it's just not gonna, you won't have as much to grind for, so you can actually play online, which is the goal of this game. You know, it hits all 3 bases to me, and I think that would have been a lot better. My other suggestion, if they wanted to have all these immortals unlockable, find some way to make it, you know, obtainable online. Because right now, like I said, you can't grind this online. You're not going to go online with a 72 overall bronze Ken Griffey Jr. if you actually want to win. If you want to lose every game and get 1 to 0 hits a game with Ken Griffey Jr. online, go ahead. You're maybe going to get 1 immortal, and that's if you play 1,000 online games. So that's just really my problem. You know, the only way to get these are playing versus a computer on Rookie, which I know you can play in higher difficulties. Trust me, I know a lot of people are going to say that in the comments. I don't like playing the computer in general. I said I like playing online. Playing the computer is not fun to me. It's boring. It's monotonous. Like, I would rather stick my head in a log than play the computer, especially on Rookie, but that's just really my opinion. The video is like 17 minutes now. I'm probably gonna cut it around here. That's my opinion. You know, if you guys agree with me, disagree with me, that's fine. Like I said, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. Believe it or not, I can have my opinion and you can have your own opinion as well, and we can all coexist in this community. It's fine. We can both have our differences, but we can still get along and still move past things. But let me know your opinions down below in the comments. Like I said, I want to have a conversation about this, and that was really the whole goal of making this video, is I just want to talk about this, get my opinion out there, and see how you guys are feeling, because I've seen a lot of people on Twitter that agree with me, believe it or not. Even if you are the biggest fan of the Immortal programs, there are people that agree with me, a lot of people that agree with me on Twitter. But of course, there are also people that will call me a dumbass for saying this stuff, which just shows maturity of you guys. But that's just my opinion. Like I said, if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like down below. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day, man, and there you guys comes out. Yeet.